let's have a look at London. And I'm going to put forward a very, very straightforward and simple argument why you should never visit London in future, and why you should go and spend your money elsewhere, and why we should be quite content and happy to watch London crumble, because that's what the politicians have created, that's what the police have created, and that's what the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, has created. And together, that trifecta of idiocy has created the London that we see today. So looking at these stats, you might see some green, some red. The red's bad, the green's good. But main points to note are this. Knife point robberies are up 36%. There's nearly 8,000 per year, and that's 22 every single day. So 22 times in London, every day, somebody gets a knife pointed at their throat and told to hand over their purse, their wallet, their bag, their watch, their phone, whatever it is. And those 22 people will carry that moment forward for most of their life. They will remember the moment they almost died when some young idiot was pointing a knife at their throat asking for their watch or whatever it is. And recently we saw a young man died as a result of this type of this thing. One rape is reported every hour in London. So moving on to sexual crime. And this is the worst type of crime that can happen to a woman, in my opinion. A disgusting thing to happen. And one is reported every single hour. Every hour that goes by, the police get another call about another incident that's happened. 143 phones are stolen in London every single day. That's multiple an hour, and multiple get reported. The epidemic of mobile phone theft in London is just simply off the charts completely. Now, the case I'm going to make is related to those stats, but it's more related to these people here. So what you've got, we've had successive governments. We've had Sadiq Khan, and we've had Sir Mark Rowley. So those are the three people in our story there. And together, what the police have done, what the politicians have done, and what the mayor's done, they're making London a place where normal people should not visit. The police don't attend a lot of the crime that happens in London because, of course, they're managing protests. So all of their manpower goes on managing protests of a weekend now. So that's all they do. They walk around and talk to people and look at protests and stand in the road. They're not turning up. If a shop calls the police and says, "I've been burgled," the police do not turn up, but they'll turn up at a protest. And so the police are choosing to manage protests and not manage crime. Meanwhile, the government are not clamping down on the protests that are happening every weekend, making London a place where you can't go anywhere. I mean, who's going to go to London if there's, thousands of people walking through the streets, banging drums, screaming about Intifada? It's not a nice place to visit. It's not something that normal people want any part of. And then, of course, you've got Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, who is focused on destroying the London economy, focused on providing huge pay packets to his advisors, many of whom make well over six-figure salaries, and that increases year on year. So Sadiq Khan every year increases the amount of people that he's paying hundreds of thousands of pounds to. Nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows. And so together we've got the government allowing London to fall to pieces. You've got the police who aren't doing anything about it. And you've got a mayor who is fixated on destroying the capital. And how important is our capital? Well, it is an important thing because if you're in a capital and you can see rot, then that's rot that's spreading throughout the country. A capital is generally important to the general health of a nation. It is an important thing in general terms. However, on an individual level, that's not our concern. If the politicians and the mayor and the police are hell-bent on making London into a hellhole of crime, then it's not on us to continue to visit. You can go and spend your hard-earned money anywhere in the country. There's some beautiful places in Scotland. We've got the Lake District. We've got the east coast of England. Many nice places. We've got Devon. We've got Cornwall, the English Riviera. There are thousands of beautiful destinations that you can go and visit in this country. Don't go to London. And what will happen? The capital will slowly fall apart. But the only thing that these people understand is money. They want your money. They want to pretend that everything's great in London. Sadiq Khan wants you to believe that everything's great. Crime's on the way down. We don't have to worry about crime. Come to London and spend your money. No, don't go to London. Let the politicians see what they've done with mass migration. Let the politicians see exactly how they've destroyed the capital. Let them live in this crime-ridden filth and go to Parliament down the road with people chanting in the road, and let them deal with all of that, because we don't have to. We don't have to look at that. Most of the people in this country don't live in London. London is not our problem. That's on them now. Sadiq Khan and successive governments and the police have turned London into this hellhole, and I would put it to you that there are safer places to take your family for a weekend away than going down to one of the rape capitals of Europe, one of the knife crime capitals of Europe. I don't think people generally understand the state of London. The machete gangs having pitched battles in the street. There are now signs in London saying, please don't use your mobile phone in this street. That's Oxford Street, one of the most famous streets in the world for shopping. Oxford Street. There's signs up saying, don't use a mobile phone because a gang might steal it from you. That's how far we've sunk. Not a policeman to be seen. Unless, of course, you've got a lot to say about Gaza. What a state. Thanks very much for your time.